Welcome guys to another episode of our toolbox series where we give you really handy tips and hints to help you in the kitchen. Today we are going to be doing crumbing, how to achieve a really good crumb that sticks to your food and comes out super crispy and delicious. And guys, we have 3 steps and 4 awesome tips that you will not want to miss, so let's get started. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe and the bell so you don't miss any future videos, and if you're returning, thanks for coming back. Today we're going to be doing crumbing, and let's get on to the 3 important steps. For a good crumb, you want 3 ingredients. The first one being a flour coating before you do the rest. Now this ensures you get a nice dry surface that the other crumb is going to adhere to. We're using besan flour. Besan flour results in a really dry coating, which is really handy for the rest of the processes, and it sticks to other ingredients really well. The second step is your egg mixture. This is your wet mixture. Now some people like to add milk to this. I don't, because we like to keep things dairy free on this channel. So we have just some plain eggs and it's been seasoned. The third step is your actual crumb, and that's a really important product for the final taste. You can certainly make your own crumb, and below we're going to give you some options if you don't want a grain crumb, you want a grain-free option. This one is a store-bought one that is predominantly based on rice, but gives a really crunchy finish. And again, we've seasoned it really well. So that's the 3 steps. I am going to show you how to do mushrooms for a vegetarian options. We're going to be doing chicken, and I'm also going to show you how to do something really fiddly like prawns in a slightly different way, which you're not going to want to miss either. So 4 key tips that you want to watch out for. The first one is, whatever you're crumbing, it needs to be dry. Pat it dry, make sure there's no water on it. The second tip is season all your ingredients first. That will make sure that your end product tastes really spot on. The third tip we have is crumb it really well. Get those ingredients all over it, don't miss anything. That will make sure that it's really crunchy. And the 4th tip, you're going to have to wait until we start cooking to get. So I'm going to start crumbing all this, and you can see. Mushroom's going to start first because not everybody eats meat. Of all the products, the mushroom is going to be the most difficult because it doesn't have a lot of water on it. So the flour won't stick to it too much. That's probably as good as you're going to get. Dip it in the egg. And there you have 1 crumbed mushroom ready to cook. Now let's do our chicken, and just tap it down so that you're getting the flour in all the little crevices, and then sprinkle it where you see any gaps so that you can make sure it's all well coated. Flip it over, make sure the other side is done the same. And that's looking beautiful. Into the egg we go. And use a fork to really submerge it. Let it drain a little bit because you don't want too much egg in your crumb. And same process with your crumb. What I like to do is just give that a good push down. Flatten it and do the other side. And because the crumb is the most important layer, I do a double push. Make sure there's nothing missed. Perfect. A little bit there. And that's our chicken. Now, fiddly prawns are so small that you won't want to be going through that process with every single prawn. So here's a little trick, and mums will probably know this trick because it's a very old trick that has probably been passed down generations. And that's what you do, is put your flour into a plastic bag and then throw your prawns in. Is there any water in there? No. Seal it up nice and tight, leave a little bit of air in there and shake it. Great way to get those prawns coated without struggling. Okay, back onto your plate. And then you can just shake off the extra flour. In they go to the eggs. And then we follow the same process. Now you could do the bag again with the crumb, which we will. Bit of fun, and then voila. And there's your prawns. Much easier way of doing it. I'm going to do the rest and come back. All right, your number 4 tip, guys, is make sure your oil is a nice medium to hot heat. Not super hot, not medium, in between. Let's go and put one of each thing in so you can see how beautiful it gets. And I'm doing a shallow fry, but it is a fry. All right, now this will take a little bit of practice because, you know, how do you tell if it's medium to hot? You could definitely put a thermometer in and check the temperature. I don't know what the temperature is. I do know though, however, that anything you put in should take about 3 to 4 minutes to cook each side. If it's quicker than that, if it's browning too quickly, you're gonna get a raw center. And if you go too slow, it'll cook through, but it's going to be soggy and oily. So, as you can see, we've got a nice little simmer, a slow boil. Now watch mushrooms. They've got a lot of water in them and they can spit. Oh, look at that. Prawns are great cooked this way because they really don't take any time at all. And you don't want to overcook them or else they'll go chewy on the inside. Look at that. Beautiful, crispy, golden, slightly darker gold colour will make sure that it gets really perfectly cooked. So guys, that is our cooked meat, our mushroom, our chicken, our prawns. Look how beautiful the coating sticks to it. It's very, very crispy. And it's so yummy. That is just the perfect crumb. And our mushroom, gorgeous cooked inside. It's really tender, but the crumb is still very, very crunchy. And our chicken, of course. You can even hear it as I'm And that's our toolbox video for you on how to crumb foolproof with our 3 easy steps and our 4 amazing tips. You can't go wrong. It's been a pleasure bringing this to you. Leave us a comment, like, share, do all what you want to do with it on social media because we love it to be out and about. See you guys.